with Sandy and Friends, a weekly talking segment with invited guests, best-selling authors, international speakers, coaches, and business leaders. A collective conversation aimed to empower, encourage, inspire all that listen. So welcome to our show, Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends. Hey everybody, and how are you doing? And welcome to another episode of Coffee Conversation Book Talks with Sandy. I'm Dr. Sandy Sanders, and I'm the host and creator of, yes, the podcast, Coffee Conversation with Sandy, where we are powered by CTR Media Network, heard in over 350 million viewers worldwide and over 100 plus countries. Wow. We have really been just super excited about this year. Yeah, guys, I'm on a Thursday night. Y'all saw me if you did. I was here earlier today. You know, whenever we're broadcasting now, it can only be Nigeria, and Madam Coach Shirley can bring me out on an afternoon at 12 o'clock, right? But listen, I'm super excited to be back tonight because we are with a group of dear, phenomenal ladies who are authors, incredible global speakers, and dear friends of mine. All right. And so I need to grab something here. Y'all forgive me that I'm reaching over here to the side, because we are with much anticipated. I've been looking forward to interviewing this lady and her authors tonight. I've been looking forward to talking to her about this specific project, and just pulling up something here, those that are watching live. So yes, without further ado, we're getting ready to bring, yes, Apostle Dr. Alicia George. We know her as Apostle Alicia, Coach Alicia, Dr. Alicia, and just Alicia George. Without further ado, we're going to bring her on, and we have the phenomenal Dr. Josephine Harris, yes, in the house, and we have Pastor Sandra Hill. Hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
Great.
Good afternoon. Listen, Alicia, Apostle Alicia, welcome and welcome back again. Much has been happening since you and I last talked. So again, welcome to Coffee Conversations with me tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. We are excited to be here tonight. Thanks so very much.
You are very welcome. Well, listen, I'm excited. I've interviewed Dr. Josephine Harris before multiple times, and so I'm super excited to have her back at the seat again on tonight. And yes, Pastor Sandra, welcome. I don't think I've ever interviewed you before, but hey, Come on over.
I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and audience, we are going to be talking about a brand new project. Yes, it has already been released. They've hit the #1 best-selling author category in several categories. And we're talking about the new book. But before I really get into it, it's Sacred Sisters. So before I do that, let's open up in a word of prayer. And then we're going to do some tagging and making sure that we can get some audience, hey, yes, and get some ladies, some individuals here to share it out as well. Okay, and so Pastor Sandra, if you would, lead us in a word of prayer, if you don't mind.
Father, we're just thankful to be gathered here together as your daughters, and thank you for the men and women that you called to join us and that will hear this and will be inspired by what you have called this group of women to do. We thank you for the sacred sisters that are in the Bible. Thank you that their story lives on. Hallelujah. Yes. And we get to experience their story and find ourselves in their stories even today. So we thank you. I thank you for our host. I thank you for Dr. Alicia George and the vision that you have given her and all of us who have come alongside her. So we're thankful for tonight. We ask you to bless the hearers and just thank you for using us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen, for sure. So those of you that are tuning in, yes, you caught us bowing before the Lord. You are, we're in tune with the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy podcast and platform where we host authors, anthology book projects. And most of all, I say that it is for you. Why? Because you just might be looking for a good book to read. And so tonight we have the phenomenal, yes, visionary author, yes, Apostle Dr. Alicia. If you will, come on and welcome everyone. Welcome to our show again. And just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I think you told them everything about me already, but here we go. I am Apostle Dr. Alicia George. I am a vision coach, and because of that, I have so many things that come to mind. And this one project that we're going to be speaking about tonight is really one of my babies. I am just excited to be here. Whatever it is that you need, God's got it for you. And I am telling you, these women that wrote this book along with me, they're just fantastic. I do so many things, but one of the things I do want to speak about is that I am a healing coach. And with that, I really help women to come to realize that they don't have to just suffer in silence, but they can connect. And when they can connect, they could move from that place of healing to wholeness. So I have multiple projects that I'm doing, and I'm just excited to be here about this particular project tonight, Sacred Sisters.
You are welcome. Listen, thank you for doing that. And we're excited about this project with you as well. I want to also let our audience know that Dr. Alicia and then Dr. Joe, both of these ladies have been on our platform before, and you all didn't have an opportunity to really celebrate them during the Author Awards. And so I want to congratulate again Trailblazer Award to Dr. Josephine Harris, who won the award. And
Thank you.
you are welcome. Listen, you've been traveling all over the world. Did you get it? Did you see
Yes, I got it. Thank you so much, Ed. I am really appreciative. You know you have my heart.
Listen, I love you and I appreciate all that you do for us. And listen, while you've got the mic open, come on and share with us the amazing work that you do and who you are.
Oh wow, I do a lot. But my heart and mind is dealing with the mental health. I am so passionate about dealing with the mental health. I am Dr. Josephine Harris. You may call me Dr. Joe. I am a mental health expert. I am also an international psychologist as well as a psychotherapist. I am also a best-selling author. Let me tell you, let me see, an 18 best-selling author. I'm in all over. I am a mental health business coach. I help women, particularly military spouses, navigate through mental health challenges so that they can have the fulfillment career that they deserve and need it. But I have so much other things, but I'm gonna just leave that right there.
Listen, that was when how I first met you, Apostle Alicia and Pastor Sandra. I met Dr. Joe in her journey in the social media world during COVID as she was spreading this word around about mental health. And I tell you, yeah, she's got what it takes and she has the knowledge and the understanding and how far we have come, since COVID. COVID did a lot with us, didn't it? It caused us to grow. It caused us to do much. And so we're super excited. I'm so proud to know you and connected and of what you do. Absolutely. At one time I heard that you were teaching folks and helping people in Japan. I think that's what
I do teach.
she was helping, and her husband had not retired yet. And so she was that military wife and children and all of that. And so to have you part of the Sacred Sister Project, I look forward to hearing what your contribution is to this project. Listen, those of you that are tuning in, we're going to hear from contributing author, Pastor Sandra Hill. So, Pastor, come on and tell us hello and a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I am a serial entrepreneur, and I think I have in common with my sisters is that I call us We have multiple gifts and multiple projects, and that's the way God made us, and it's a good thing.
Mhm.
I am currently building sandrahillceo.com so people can find out what part of me they need to connect with. But I have a bookkeeping business, I have a nonprofit, I have a publishing business, and also a business for coaching authors, among a few things. And I love to teach. That's my primary gifting, is to teach. And so I'm just called, I feel like I'm called alongside to strengthen people and to just allow them to have a good foundation so that they can go and grow in God.
Yes, that is powerful. That is powerful. So, as we are going to take a look here, I want our audience to really know about this book, Apostle.
Mhm.
This book here, as your intro and your synopsis, is that to discover the incredible wisdom and inspirational journey of 9 women as they penned Sacred Sisters. It's an informative collaboration compilation of insightful accounts of how their lives have been affected by bold and courageous women in the Bible. This book, compiled by yourself, visionary Dr. Alicia George, is an expression of mentoring from afar and through the Word of God. It serves as hope for anyone who needs to relate and be strengthened while pursuing their passion and purpose in life. Those in our audience, yes, you should know that in discovering 9 different accounts of storytelling, of resilience, overcoming, connection of faith, and belief in God, whatever it is you are seeking to see your life transform in a new way as you read about the women in the Bible. So let this book inspire you. We're going to put a link out there and everything. And I'm going to pause here for a second. Dr. Joe and also Pastor Sandra, if you all in the private chat, put your links, put your
Okay.
websites and how people can reach you, because we'll be running that across the bottom. And Apostle, I'll do yours for you as well. So
Thank you.
this book here, as I'm going to pick up, is that it's bridging the gap of modern accountability. So many women in the Bible. You selected 9. Let's bring in Sacred Sisters will become a resource, as you've mentioned, of encouragement and spiritual growth.
Yes.
I'm going to pick up right there and just let you bring us into how this book came to life with you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Sandy. I have been teaching on women of the Bible for 8 years. I taught it on Zoom. I had a school called Success School International, and all I taught was on women of the Bible. And at this one point, I really realized that women were really engaged. They were really growing, becoming very knowledgeable. And then I started to think, well, who in the Bible do you feel represent you well? And as I started to ask questions, I said, we need to bring this out so that other people could see and know and understand and learn about different women in the Bible, how they affect your lives today in a modern day life, and how they've really made you feel about yourself and how you have grown because of the women in the Bible. And the name Sacred Sisters became
Mhm.
because the women in the Bible, they're sacred to us. They have so many different stories that we can intertwine with. And so I wanted it to be where we were sisters writing and putting this book together, as each woman selected
I love it.
who they would write about. That was all on their own, and then they just translated it into to how they feel, how they connected with that woman in the Bible.
That is powerful. As you mentioned, sisters writing together. I think that's phenomenal. And so you put the word out and you let everybody know, hey, you've got this book. What were some of the reactions as you began to unfold and have your, and let them know what your vision was with bringing this? And I like the sister part, as
Yes.
the sisters writing. Did they have to select one of the 9 women, or was that
No,
pre-selected for them?
we had several Zoom calls to
Okay.
prepare for what we were going to be doing, um, coaching in writing the book. but everyone had the freedom of choice to how they could relate to which woman in the Bible. And for me, it was a group of women, the daughters of Zelophehad. That story is
Okay.
what mine is built around, because it at the time I was writing the book, these women were strong. They showed a sense of change, being
Hmm.
able to influence an entire nation to change, and they did it together in unity. So they were actually my very favorite women in the Bible, the daughters of Zelophehad. And
I love
so, as each person said to me, this is what I would be writing on. We just agreed with them because they knew who was speaking to them in the word and what they wanted to portray with that woman as they wrote. So each
it.
person selected their own woman.
I love it. I love it. Well, audience, what we're going to do is hear from one of our sponsors. And after that, we're going to hear from these amazing contributing authors this evening. And ladies, as we hear from our commercial, I want you to think about this one question is what made you say yes to Dr. Alicia? Okay, that's our first question. And then we'll be right back. All right. And we're going to be hearing from CTR Media Network.
What's something people don't know about CTR Media Network? It's where content truly meets impact. At CTR Media Network, we believe in the power of stories. Our platform is a dynamic blend of education and entertainment, crafted to inspire and empower creators like you. From insightful podcasts to transformative videos, we offer a diverse range of content that helps you learn, grow, and thrive. Our mission? Innovating media, one story at a time. Imagine a place where your voice can reach millions, where your stories can reshape perspectives. That's CTR, Create, Thrive, Redefine. Join a community of visionary creators and make your mark on the world. Because here at CTR Media Network, your content doesn't just entertain, it makes an impact. So, are you ready to create, thrive, and redefine? Dive in and discover a new world of possibilities, where content meets impact. CTR Media Network.
Thank you. Yes, and CTR Media Network. And just as we're here at this space, listen, if you have a book that you would like to showcase and bring, if you have a solo book project or if you have a group of authors, such as our visionary do tonight, reach out to us. Just simply go to ctrmedianetwork.com and you will find our network, our show, and our podcast. Just reach out to us and we'll be glad to have that conversation so that we can be able to serve you. Well, thank you again. We are in conversation with the authors of this amazing book called Sacred Sisters. And I believe that we have another author in the green room. And if you can unmic or if you want me to bring you forward, I am talking about HC, Dr. Dula. Lakeysha Mattis, are you here? And are you able to take your camera off or unmute your mic? There you are. Okay, I can bring you on
Greetings.
stage. Hello, greetings, and say hello to us if you will. I think you unmute there.
Good morning from where?
Yes, ma'am. And where are you from again?
From Fresno, California.
Okay, you're out in California as well. Okay, well, good afternoon to you and welcome. You're one of the contributing authors of this amazing book, Sacred Sisters, and your visionary has shared the one of the intimate things is that you all write together as sisters coming together and writing. And so, share a little bit about who you are, and yeah, go ahead and let us know who you are.
All right. My name is Dr. H.C. Lakeysha Mattis, and basically I'm a rebound and reset doula, and I help people to birth out their brilliance, help people to rise to greater heights through whatever they're dealing with or struggling with. I believe that everybody, is either going through a storm, about to go through a storm, or just coming out of a storm, and we all need to build that grit and the spirit of resilience. And a lot of times that's through going through a lot of difficult times in life, where we're able to bounce back bigger and better and stronger and to birth out our brilliance.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I see you did put your link in the chat. Thank you very much. Be careful in that driving bit. And listen, at this time, I had the ladies to think about a question. And the question is, what made you say yes to Apostle Alicia, Dr. Alicia? What made you say yes, Dr. Joe?
Wow. Apostle knows I love her. What made me say yes is the title of it, Secret
Mm-hmm.
Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to say which one of the ladies in the Bible resonate with me, not because what the name meant, is because of what she'd been through and what she had been through and what I've been through and misunderstood, and how people see you and view you in the world. So the title really caught my eye.
I got you. Yeah. Yeah, so it was the title.
Yes.
And Apostle came second, but it was the title.
Sandy, my daughter, Sandy, you started
influence.
I'm gonna go with the book because the book is gonna be it. And so you unfold. You allowed yourself to be vulnerable. Who did you select in the book to write about?
I selected Mary Maybelline.
Get out. Okay. All right.
Wow. Yes. And you know what Apostle say? You know what she asked me? She said, do you know what she did? I said, Apostle, I do read the Bible. The part is what Apostle didn't understand. And I think that when I explained it to her, she understood it more of why I chose her. Got it. And the fact that I chose her because she was misunderstood.
Come on. Okay. All right. Okay.
She was misunderstood, and people had mislabeled her, misinterpreted her, and misunderstood her. So that's where she resonated with me in my journey, how people misunderstood you, how people mislabel you, and they assume what you want, people assume what they want you to be.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That is so good. Pause. All right. Pastor Sandra.
Yeah.
What made you say yes to Apostle Alicia?
Well, Apostle Alicia has been my business mentor for many years, and I'm already a writer. So when she says, I'm doing this project, it was just a yes for me. I know her, I trust her, and I was just happy to be a part. And yeah. So that was it. It wasn't, I didn't have to wrestle with it. And then also I chose Dorcas.
Okay.
And for me, she was a woman of influence. And I think I had read about her account when Apostle Alicia asked me. So I just said right away, Dorcas.
So Apostle, you actually was the first choice, and then the book. She was going to write regardless.
I know where I stand with all of them. Yes, second.
I love it. And so lastly, yes, Dr. Lakeysha, yes, if you will, what made you say yes?
Absolutely. Of course, the Apostle, first of all, she's a trailblazer. She's a trailblazer. She's a one of a kind. She's an original, she's a man, my God, like the top of the line. And what I mean by that is that she carries a authenticity and a power like no other. She empowers women, and there's so many things that we have in common that are in alignment. And I just thank God for her. And another thing is, I've been in about 3 maybe now of her book compilations. Superb Woman, Not Superwoman, and the other one was the activations, right? So I've also been in those as well. So I mean, without a doubt, when she does something, if I can roll with her, that's what I'm going to do. I'm here to support because that's what I believe. I believe in supporting those who are trailblazers and those who are also going before us, and she's trudging their way for the rest of us, and I really appreciate that. And the woman that I did was the woman of the bed. And I tell you why. because a lot of times when things seem like it's just not going to go the right way, and a lot of times when you have to step up and become the person that other people need you to be, and a lot of times when you feel like all hope is gone and there is no other way that you're going to make it out, let me tell you something. There's somebody who will stand up and step out, and they will get the job done, even if, when it seems to be bleak. And that was the woman of the best, because what? She only had one shot, and she knew she only had one shot, and she did it in that one shot. And that's why she's down in the books today. And even though we don't know her by her name, she's still accounted for her action and what she did to help other people as well as herself.
Wow, that is good. Listen. These ladies are definitely on the move. So they each selected to be a part of this amazing compilation book, Sacred Sisters, for various reasons. And it seems that it pulled them all together to bring about the amazing story, a story that, as the synopsis says, is that it's bridging a gap, it's bringing a gap. Apostle, I know you have another appointment. I just simply want to give you, as I normally do with all of our guests, give you last words or words to share with our audience before you do have to step away. But these ladies, they are in good hands, okay? And
Yes,
while you're doing
yes,
that,
I know they are.
I'm going to
Yeah.
share my screen as you share who you are. And again, she is the visionary
No,
author. I
we can
present to
stay just
you.
like this, Dr. Sandy. I want to look at y'all faces because what I really want to share is that the women that wrote this book, for instance, Dr. Joe, her title was Embracing the Magdalene Within, Mary Magdalene. The titles that they gave to me really affected me as I looked at the titles of their chapters that they wrote. For
Uh-huh.
instance, Dr. Lakeysha, her chapter was Jabez, but it was a single stone, one shot, one woman, one choice. Sometimes we just have one shot to make one choice in our
Yeah.
lives, and we have to take that opportunity. And when I look at Dr. Sandra, hers was a woman of influence. And we're influencing so many things today in life that we understand that no matter what it is we're doing. And for me, Daughters of Zelophehad, my title was Create a Legacy. And so when I looked at the combined um, chapters and other women here who wrote that it's not here tonight, like JL, A Woman of Courage, which was by Dr. Barnes, and The Samaritan Woman, Discover Your Audacity to Live Free, was by Pastor Vera McCullen. And I understand that we all have so many different things in our lives, but we all come together as one when it's necessary, when it's needed. And as I continue to write, as I continue to help influence other women's lives, whether it's in books or whether it's in conversations or whatever I do or whatever I say, I want women to always maintain the vision for their lives in front of them. And with that, to move so that they can move into places of healing and be whole in whatever it is that they are called to do. And so my business is boss business coaching. I do so many things, but I am an author, I am a speaker, but most of all, I am a woman of God. This is what I live for. This is what I live to do, to become influential in that arena where God is made first. Those women put me second because I'm human, but God is always going to be first in everything and anything that I do. I want to just let you all know that healing from emotional enemies is a course that I teach, and I teach it solely because I want women to be set free. I want them to walk in their freedom. Dr. Sandy has put my information in the link, and I am available for a 30-minute call free of charge. If anything that you need to discuss about your business or about your personal healing journey, that's who I am. I am your vision and healing coach. Thank you so much, Dr. Sandy.
You are so, so welcome. I'm going to stop sharing. And listen, I did put it in the chat. I put it over there. At this time, we're going to yield and allow Dr. Josephine Harris to come and just tell us, yeah, what we can expect from her and how individuals can reach out. We too are going to share your website, but how this book, one question, I think, what do you want the reader to walk away with, Dr. Joe, after they read your chapter?
I want them to walk away with they have strength no matter what. Sometimes you can be misunderstood. Sometimes you can don't, and people don't understand you. Sometimes people take you in a wrong way. Sometimes people can people can be misleading to you. So one of the things I want my audience to walk away is that you have the strength within you. God put so many strength in you, so many obstacles that you can overcome. Is that you have to have faith to see you through it and to walk you through it. So what the purpose of my story was embracing that misunderstood, misled, misidentity. So I went through so much grief and so much grief over time and so much barriers that God had put and laid it in my heart to really walk me through the process of not being misunderstood, not being misled by other people, not being my misidentity, and knowing who I am and whose I am. So I want you guys to really resonate with Mary Magdalene and understand her. She was misunderstood. She was misled. Her name was drugged through the mud, but she was there for Jesus. She was one of the first women to see Jesus waking up. She was there for Jesus. So I want you guys to remember that you always have that strength within you.
Wow. Thank you so much. And you just shedded a new light, I think a new revelation of how we look at her now. Thank you so much. Those of you that would like to reach out to Dr. Josephine Harris, her business is Calming Minds PLLC. You can reach her at www.calmingmindsllc.com. And is that also where your book can be purchased? Should we, where do you want me to put that at, Dr. Joe?
Yes, ma'am. All of that is on the site.
Okay. All right. It is over in the chat. Those of you that are listening to our replay and you may be watching us from the YouTube channel, reach out to our authors. I always tell y'all, listen, why do we have a good book and why do we do this? Is because you just might be looking for a good book to read. Listen, thank you for shedding the light, giving us a new revelation. Apostle, that's amazing. And yes, it's kind of like, Mary Magdalene is an opposite of who we see. You all, we are a part of we're going to put a plug in right here. The Herpreneur Network International. The Herpreneur Network International, founded by the phenomenal Dr. Nikki Ziegler. And Dr. Josephine Harris actually serves as our president. And so, listen, when we see her, we see all business, but she laughs and we have a good time. But when she's on this journey and you have opened up our eyes to see how Mary Magdalene, and there's a new revelation. Don't you guys think that?
Yes.
Reading her story. Her story. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, listen, next author that we're going to bring in, and I do see some comments here on my Facebook side. Listen, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I do see you. I'll be shouting out your names in a few minutes. But listen, our next author, yes, Pastor Sandra Hill. Pastor Hill, if you will, come on and share. As you have written your particular woman in the Bible, you use the word influence and an influencer. And so come on and share your contribution to this book.
Okay. I was very much inspired as a serial entrepreneur and one with multi-business endeavors. I was so inspired by Dorcas. And today we know the word influencer it's what's trending, but it's always been trending. God has always had his influencers in the marketplace, and notably his women influencers in the marketplace. One of the things I truly love about her, I believe she was multicultural because she's called by two names. She's called by Dorcas and by Tabitha. And that spoke to me to said that she knows how to go in and out of different cultures, different markets, even different churches, that she was very skilled. And I believe that the Lord could send her anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her as a CEO because it talked about how she made garments. I believe that she wove her own fabrics. And also, I also believe she employed other women. And so I really appreciate her and see her just as a trailblazer in that sense of being in the marketplace. And then I'm thinking back in that time under that culture, what it might have been like for her, that she had to be strong, she had to stand behind her product, and she had to know that she was doing the right thing as a woman of influence. And I also saw her as a woman of social justice because the widows were drawn to her. And I think about the scripture text that talks about how one set of widows were complaining to the elders because they weren't getting the same treatment as the other widows. And I believe that Dorcas was one who stood up for them. I could see her standing up for them and being a woman of social justice. And the description of social justice in the Bible is more than just the financial. It's just like, bringing in food, bringing in just whatever is needed, really just supplying whatever was needed to those that she was blessed to influence. I believe that influence affected families, widows, and it really showed. I really believe she carried the love of God in a very good and strong way. And so I think about those things. Now, one of the things that I want women to be encouraged about is that she had a second act because she actually died. And so they sent for their leaders, they sent for Peter, and they had to put unbelief out. And he took her hand and he resurrected her. And I asked, Lord, what made her become one that was so influential that God could raise her up again?
Mm-hmm.
And I think about what she must have been like because she was already an influencer. They loved her so. What was her act two like? I think she just went just all out in whatever God called her to do as he raised her up again. So this is encouragement to us because we go through cycles and the Lord is teaching us, training us, and making us anew. So wherever we are in life, there's another act. There's an act 2 or an act 3 because God's mercies they're endless.
Yeah.
So I really want women to be encouraged that God can use you. He can use you again. He can use you differently, but he will use you for his honor and for his glory.
I love it. Those of you that are tuning in, I do want to say greetings to Dr. Coleman, who is in our audience, Dr. Tamala Coleman, evangelist. Yes, woman of God, thank you so much for continuing and coming through and supporting us. I certainly appreciate you. And our ambassador of the network, Ms. Brenda Moultrie, all the way in South Carolina. I appreciate you coming through. As Dr. Coleman has shared, good evening. And yes, we thank you so, so much. That's powerful what you said, Pastor Hill. One of the things that I wrote down you did share it as you were saying our second act, and you were saying that how you were recognizing how her influence helped families, how it even helped individuals who were just standing kind of, unless I'm paraphrasing, on the sideline watching.
Right. Yes. Yes. Very much so.
Yeah, she was still able to influence her. And like you said, the Bible doesn't describe what her second act is, but you're giving us a revelation is to, if God did such a miraculous thing of bringing her back to life, how much more can he do in our lives?
Yes.
What did you learn? And Dr. Lakeysha, I'm going to be bringing you on here. But what is the one thing after you've now dug a little bit deeper, God gave you a new revelation of who she is and who she is in the Bible? what is it that you can, as we say, we take on that spirit of that individual, the spirit of David, the spirit of Moses.
Right.
And so, yeah, share that with us if you don't mind. What would be the one thing that
Um,
you can say,
mhm.
I embrace what God,
Yeah.
God has done?
I believe the one thing for me is to rest in the fact that I'm multi-gifted,
Okay.
multi-talented, and that all the works that God has given me, all the downloads, all the inspiration, they
Yeah.
can and will be accomplished.
Awesome. I love it because that's the influence that God even used her as you listen, as even as you were sharing this, we talk about her, how God raised her from the dead
Yes.
and how the Lord just shine a light on that. And what use that as an example is that the things in our life are not final until he says so.
Yes.
They are not final until he says so. It's our assignment that God has given us. What he entrusts our hands to do is not final
Yes.
until we walk out that assignment. And if
Yes,
we can
ma'am.
grab that revelation,
Yes.
I learned that. Well, we have with us, yes, the phenomenal Dr. Lakeysha Mattis. Come on, share with us your contribution to the book and about your author and
Yes.
your chapter, your person, yes, in the book.
Yes, my person is the woman of the biz, and I mentioned a little bit about her. I just imagine yourself and your back's against the wall, and imagine yourself and those people that you thought were supposed to stand up and do what they were supposed to do when you're facing the worst time in your life, and it's a life and death situation. What do you have in your hands? That's what I asked. What do you have in your hands that you can actually use in order to get yourself out of a situation that seems like there's no way to go. There's nothing that you can do about it. See, you talked about taking on the spirit of somebody. If you take on the spirit of the woman at the best, you would understand that she was innovative, right? She was innovative. She was ingenious in the way of her having to think on her toes. I mean, imagine this. Soldiers are coming. They already know that they've killed and slaughtered all of these different people, the people trying to run and get away. And here they are stuck in this tower, right? And then she's trying to figure out, what do we have? What weapons do we have? We can't fight these soldiers. Who do we think we are? They're gonna ravish us, right? They're gonna burn us up like they did the rest of the villages that they have went and obliterated, right? So if that's the case, then what do you have in your hands? What can you do when it seems like there's nothing else that you can do? And you know the song that says, after you've done all you can, you just stand. Well, you just can't stand. You got to do something about it. And
Yeah,
this
yeah.
woman decided to do something about it. That she had to take matters in her own hands when she had to figure out what she had in her hands. And she had to make a decision and a choice to be absolutely become another person. Maybe she wasn't a violent person. Maybe she didn't believe in doing what she had to do. She knew what she had to do. She didn't even know if it was going to work, but she stepped out on faith that what she needed to do was to save herself and the other people. What happens when you've been called from the back to the front to be the leader that you never thought you never thought you were or that you could be? You see, sometimes in life when everything seems to be going down and the people you thought would stand up,
Yeah.
they're in the background, but here you are being pulled to the front for such a time as this. And I believe with the women at the bed, she was sent to the front, but she had to think on her toes, and she had to figure out what is it can I do? If I'm about to die, then I'm just gonna die. But I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die without figuring out what do I have in my hands. What can I use to try to get myself and other people out of this situation? Imagine yourself being entrapped in the tower, and you know all the other people are in there, and you know what's about to happen. You know, you already heard the message, and the word has gotten to you about what happened to all the rest of the people, right? But you figured it out that you needed to do something. So you decided to do something, and this woman decided to do something, and she dropped the meal from the top of the tower, and it actually fell down and injured the king. right, that was coming after them and that sent all his soldiers to slaughter everybody because he was just an evil person. What happens when the evilness is rampant through the land? What happens? What happens when you feel like you are powerless and you have no power? So for me, this was just an epiphany to understand that a lot of times when we think that our backs against the wall and there's nothing that we can do, sometimes we just got to think on our toes and figure out, what do I have in my hands? What do I know? So she used what she knew. She understood what the village was actually able to do, right? So you know some things that you think you don't know. Sometimes you just got to use what you got in your hand, because, baby, sometimes you only get one shot. And she had that one shot, and she decided to take that one shot. And that took bravery to step out on faith. And it also said, it's like we say in the word, faith without works is dead. Well, baby, in that case, faith without works was dead, and she decided to activate her faith, to step out on faith and to drop that stone. So, honey, sometimes you get one stone and you get one shot. And she did just that. And I believe that God stepped in and did the rest.
Wow. Listen, that is definitely, as they say, the two snaps and the clap and a clap. And if I could run around in the room, I would. Oh my goodness. Again, a revelation. This book is and ladies, yes, I want you to take an opportunity to share. We'll have another announcement here, but I would love for you to share how someone I did put your information over in the chat where they can see it on YouTube. They can also see it and click onto it in the replays on our Facebook page. But I do want to give you the opportunity to do that and let people know how they can reach you, what services that you do offer, and how they can get your book and read your chapter along with all the other chapters. If you will, stay tuned as we hear from one of our sponsors. Yes, the phenomenal Dr. Josephine Haynes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Josephine Haynes, and I'm so honored to be a sponsor for Book Talks with Sandy Sanders. I am offering my services to you. Yes, you heard that right. I am the Songbird of the South, Gospel Award-winning recording artist, 5-time international best-selling author, motivational speaker, educator, mental health coach, vocal coach, and I'm offering my service to you. Yes, you heard that right. You can reach me at phone number 228-313-9068 or reach me by email, sbirdproductions56@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to connecting with you, and let's continue to support Dr. Sandy Sanders with Book Talks with Sandy Sanders. God bless you all.
Thank you. Yes, and he's right in the beautiful city, right off of the Mississippi Gulf Coast, is Dr. Josephine Haynes. He is a gospel recording artist who's globally known. And he also, so listen, if you're looking for a young man that will come and bless even the youth in your church, the young adults, he has a message, he has a story, as well as will bless you through song and praise. And so, yes, I thank him for being one of our sponsors here on a Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. So listen, ladies and our audience, we have been talking and having a talk with the ladies and the contributing authors of the book that is called Sacred Sisters. And I just want to reach over here to my notes here. Where are they? Okay, there we go. Okay, Sacred Sisters. One of the key things that stands out with me and Pastor Sandra is that one of the key points is one, yes, it is a perfect read for personal transformation. You share about the influence, and then I love what Dr. Lakeysha says is that what's in your hand. This is a book, I believe that, yeah, it's a read that will propel you and encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. Look at what's in your hand. I love it when you said you may only have one shot. And when you have that one shot, you got to give it all you can. That one shot of interviewing for a grant or interviewing for a job, and it's a career move for you. Or it could be that one shot of stepping out on faith and starting your own business as an entrepreneur. It could be having that step of stepping out, that you want to retire. You put in the work, you put in the years, and you want to do some traveling. Listen, we talk about everything.
I love it.
Doing so, to step out, and not have the fear. And so, ladies, that's what I like for us as we wrap up our interview with you. This book is as of resilience, is of overcoming. It's also with the connection of faith. Both of you talked about two powerful women, along with who Dr. Josephine Harris had shared of who her character is, or who her woman in the Bible is. And then, of course, Apostle Alicia. And so the connection of faith. I'm seeing too, yes, in the faith and believing in God. Dr. Lakeysha, I'm going to start with you, and Pastor Sandra will wrap it up, okay? And so go ahead. What would you like to say in regard to this book? And then also let us know how individuals can purchase the book from you.
Yes, you know what? This book is amazing. This book is transformational. You can read each woman's, the write-up of her story, of her chapter, and you're going to get something different. It's like, how they say, well, Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Well, let's just say that this book is like a box of chocolate. Let me tell you, and what you get is going to be good. Okay?
My favorite movie, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. What you get is going to be good. There's a lot of different variety and different flavors that's in this book, and it's sure to hit you from the core, just where it needs to, body, spirit, and soul. I'm trying to tell you, right? So you can it's like the secret sauce is in this book here, and it's out of love. And we talk about sacred sisters. Come on, sisters. We're talking about a circle of trust and love, and building each other up and having each other's backs. This is what it's about. Sacred sisters. This is something that this book compilation is something that you can basically do a study with. You can use this and read a chapter every day, or you can read a chapter and discuss it with your girlfriends. You know what I mean? With other women of God. It is just powerful. And the way you can get this book is on Amazon. And my name is Lakeysha Mattis, and you'll be able to get the book. And you can also reach me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, right? TikTok, yes, and Instagram. So it has been a lovely pleasure to be on your show today, and I really appreciate the time. And thank you, Apostle Alicia George, visionary coach, hallelujah, and healing, yes, for allowing me to have a part in this book compilation. God bless.
Absolutely. God bless. You all know, yes, reach out to Dr. Mattis. Yeah, reach out. Tell us, yes, in your business, I have that running. Don't have it running, but ladies and gentlemen, it is in the chat on both our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel as well. You want to shout out your website?
If you just reach out to me on Lakeysha Mattis Enterprises, you will find me. You'll find me. I'm a coach, a consultant, and yes, and an advocate, because sometimes we need somebody to hold on to our hands in whatever capacity we need at the time that we need it. And I am here for you exactly for that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And yes, Pastor Hill, I'm going to go on over to you.
Right. I'm just so excited to be aligned with these other beautiful authors, and we all share a love for Dr. Alicia, and she's such a visionary, and she knows how to bring us together. And one of the things I really respect about Sacred Sisters is that we have all spoken and represented the women of God in the Bible in our own unique voice, in our own unique experience. And I believe that that's something that needs to be imparted to other women, to know that we are each unique and God has made us that way, and that we come with his stamp of approval in that way. So it's a wonderful read. And I like that no matter who you are, you will find yourself along the different journeys of these sacred sisters in the Bible.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. That is awesome. And how can individuals reach out to you?
You can find me at sandrahillceo.com. Just shoot me an email. I have multiple business enterprises. I'm most excited right now about the Book Shepherds, where I coach authors, business creatives, and my tagline is to elevate your vision to excellence. So that's where you can reach me, and I just look forward to anyone who wants to reach out. Very thankful. So thank you for this time and to be together here as sisters, present day sisters of the Bible.
Absolute present day sisters. I love it. I love it. I would like the opportunity. Thank you so much, ladies, as we are just here in this conversation. It's such a warm, warm conversation and dialogue, and look forward to having more of these. And you all ladies are welcome anytime to come back and share your product and share your services on our platform. I would like to take a moment here to share my screen here. Earlier today, those of you that may know, those that are new in our audience, I am a part of a book, and our book was released on today. We did the interview with the phenomenal, yes, Dr. Coach Madam Shirley, and we did our interview on today. Let me see if I can share my screen. So listen, I'm going to do a plug here if I can. So we would love for you. This is the book. Here it is. This book here is called United in Purpose, Women Leaders Changing the Narrative. This is volume 1. Madam Coach Shirley Murphy is out of Abuja, Nigeria, and we did our interview earlier today. You all can go back and listen to it. We had some technical difficulties, but God brought us through. But I just want you to know that this book here, just want to encourage you. We're on our bestseller campaign, and yes, for only 99 cents through Amazon. Go ahead and get your copy. There are some amazing women, a total of 5 women who have come to, actually 6. It's a total of 6, including Coach Murphy. You all, she's been on our show, as you know, many, many times, and we would appreciate, yes, you supporting our project, and yes, join us on our bestseller campaign. But this book is going to be amazing. And as I'm shouting her out as well, is that her book of her, we're part of a humanitarian effort. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. The humanitarian effort that we're a part of, ladies, is that we gave sanitary napkins to a group of girls in Nigeria on this past week. I'm a part of the humanitarian efforts there. And I tell you, it warmed our heart to see the smiles on these young girls, on these little girls, of just getting something so simple as what we may, as women, as females, we may take for granted, of getting a sanitary napkin. And I'm telling you, to hear the testimony that comes out of it. These are the girls and this is Coach Murphy there in the middle, and some of the ladies that work. And so that's what they have. They're able to share. And this is the things that they got, even a lunch. This is them in their school. Woman of integrity. And we have been now on this journey together for 2 years, but she's been on it for many years. And so this is what our daughters and our sisters in Nigeria are doing. They're doing the work, and we're so, so proud. But yeah, these little, and to hear their story is that something so simple as a personal item, as a sanitary napkin, sanitary napkins, because I'll use her words in just as plain English, they're having to use rags, and they're not sanitary. And so the humanitarian efforts that are done for these beautiful listen, do we not have some beautiful children? And we got some beautiful people. And so we look at what we may take for granted, but they go to school, they're going to school, and the challenges that they face in getting to school. And so to see this work, all of this here, the supplies that are given to the girls, the supplies that are given to them on this particular day, I want to applaud her for their efforts. And yes, indeed. So ladies, if y'all will join me just applauding the humanitarian efforts of the humanitarian group of women. It is the Women Reach Out with God's initiative, and this is founded by the Proud Parents International in in Abuja, Nigeria. And so we want to give her a great big shout out. We had her on earlier today. Well, ladies, we're about to wrap it up. I'm so glad to meet you. And
Yeah.
come on back anytime. We want to say a great big shout out to Apostle Alicia George, who does a phenomenal work. Yes, she is a healer coach, and yes, she's a visibility coach. Will help you with your visionary. She's a visionary coach. All of those things. So listen, do reach out to her if you're looking to expand your vision and you just need some clarity with it. She is your lady for sure. So Apostle Alicia George, we salute you on this amazing project. Congratulations also, ladies, you're as being a #1 Amazon bestseller.
Yeah.
In several categories. That's no light thing. And the work that you put in and the commitment that you put in. So yes, indeed. So again, we want to salute Dr. Alicia had another appointment. And so we want to honor her and thank her for selecting Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy platform. And again, congratulating her on her appreciation as an author that has come through our network. Well, ladies, we have had an amazing conversation. Thank you once again for coming. And to our audience, I want to thank you. As always, you all are amazing. Thank you, Coffee Conversation family. I could not do it without you. As I tell you, I love you. God bless. Thank you for coming through. Look out. We got some great things coming down the pipe, but do follow us. You can find us on our YouTube channel. Do go and subscribe whenever we have amazing authors like we've had tonight. You'll be able to get the notification when we go live. Also, if you have any of these type of devices, if you have the IMDb channel, if you have the Roku on your TV, if you have the Apple TV, if you have Spotify, of course, we've got Facebook, Instagram, all of those things. But listen, you can catch us on Fire TV as well. So simply go to CTR Media Network and you can find Coffee Conversation. Ladies, and your interviews will be up by the end of the week. We're super excited. CTR Media Network. Family, it is because of you that we're here another 6 years. We're here making the 6 years that we're in this space, in this chair. And I could not do it without you. And as always, good night. God bless. Y'all have an amazing, amazing evening. Ladies, stay with me in the green room if you will. And we will be wrapping it up. Listen, guys, y'all have a great night.